Paddy Tally at the final whistle there, I think that was a very big sigh of relief that you let out.
Absolutely, it was a typical Sigerson game. It was everything that you talk about. I think it was final scores of 1-8 to 1-7. Something low scoring.
You won by 2.
Did we win by 2, did we? I didn't even remember. No, very, very tight game, and massively relieved to get over the line. Half time didn't look so good, but I have to say the second half played very well, and probably weren't as efficient as we could have been. Maybe we had a really good goal chance at one stage, and we also had a few more points to take in, but here we'll learn from it, something to work on.
What did you say at half time, because you stayed in the dressing room a long time and obviously you were behind?
There was nothing major. The game wasn't. There was nothing tactically beating us around and got there, and it wasn't down to even effort. The boys were putting effort in. We were just making too many mistakes. Really, just a matter of getting the boys settled down and just start playing our game, and not to get worked up and go out and then lose it altogether. Like, so they had to play themselves into the game, and they did. We got the first 2 points in the second half, brought us right back into it, and then it became a game of to and fro. But once we hit the lead there, I think this team are pretty good at holding on and know how to play with the lead. The fact is, we had to wait for so long to get that lead. I wish we had got it a lot earlier in the game.
Your number 4 cornerback made a great block as well. It was one of those moments you thought it was maybe a game turner.
There was three game turners in that second half. Aaron McKay made a couple of interceptions at a full back, and Kyle Mallon made a super block there just with about 5 minutes to go. Those are massive moments, and I suppose we always look at the score that changed the game, but really stuff like that there. And you can go through the match, you can see lots of other wee things: a big catch in the middle, or a block, or some tackle, some bit of pressure. Kevin McKiernan turned a man over, stood him up, and took the ball, ripped off him. You know, those things are crucial. And this is again, you have to go back to this. What Sigerson Cup football's about. It's those things there that really can turn a game for you, and we made enough of them today.
Well, those incidents showed the spirit that's in that team as well as ability.
Well, it is. It's one thing we'll never be lacking in the spirit, and you can't put on a Rance jersey unless you have that belief. The attitude is crucial. We wouldn't survive at this level of football unless we have players that are prepared to buy into that and have that type of attitude, you know. And that's why some ways have been knocking about this place for so long, and in football terms, and we shouldn't really be like in terms of numbers, but it means nothing. And we do believe in ourselves that every day we go out, if we can get our game right, we'll give anybody there, you know, a game.
Well, next week you're up against the big boys, as we'd say in university football, DCU. You played them last year, you ran them really close. You can give them a good game. Niall Moyna was here today watching.
Well, we're familiar with DCU. Like, we've played them more or less every year, whether it's in league or in championship this last number of years, and they're a formidable team. We watched them last week against Queens, where they won comfortably. Like, it'll be a different game to today. You know, DCU and their home patch are very hard to beat. They're very athletic, they're strong, they have a lot of quality players. But it's something to look forward to. These lads will rise the challenge of going down there. We'll certainly not be afraid of it, and you know, maybe at some point the pressure's off today. A home game in Sigerson, you want to be winning your home games. When you go away, there's a wee bit less pressure, you know, and maybe the pressure's on the home team next week to get a result.
What was the word right at the end there in the huddle to the boys? Was it today's gone, next week is all about?
Well, enjoy it. Enjoy your wins. In football, you play a lot of Gaelic football without getting results, you know, so the first thing is to enjoy the feeling of winning that game, and remember what it's about. You know, I'm a big believer in football. It's the 5 minutes after big matches, and it's the friends you make through it. And today they've got the experience of both. They're a very tight bunch of lads there that work well together, and they've got a feeling of a really good win. And now it's feet on the ground and start the recovery because the real thing starts next week. The real battles.